Okay, forget everything you probably think you know about 19th century classics. Today we are diving into Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. And trust me, this is not some stuffy, old-fashioned period drama. It is the fiery, revolutionary story of one woman's fight for her own soul. It's a tale of independence that honestly feels just as radical today as it did back then. So let's get into what makes it so amazing. Right from the jump, Brontë lets us hear Jane's voice, and wow, is it powerful. It's completely unapologetic. This isn't just a line of dialogue from a book, you know? It's basically a declaration of war. A war against a society that expected women to be quiet, to be small, to be caged. And that really is the heart of our story, this relentless, incredible pursuit of self-respect in a world that wants to deny you it at every turn. So that's the big question we're asking today, right? Why does Jane, a character from over 170 years ago, feel so modern, so relatable? Well, it's because her battle for her own identity, for her right to just be seen as a whole person, is a fight that's absolutely timeless. It's a struggle we are all still grappling with. To really understand this rebel, you have to understand the world she came from. Jane's story kicks off in a place that is just actively hostile to her, a place where her fight for self-worth isn't just a nice idea, it's a fight for her actual survival. Her journey starts at a place called Gateshead. As an orphan, she's treated as less than nothing. From there, she gets shipped off to Lowood School, a place of just brutal discipline disguised as religious duty. Now, for any other young woman, the whole point was to be broken. But here's the thing about Jane. These awful, cruel environments, they don't break her. They forge her. They build this unbreakable moral compass and an inner strength that she'll carry for the rest of her life. And you can really see one of Bronte's sharpest critiques in characters like Mr. Brocklehurst, the headmaster of Lowood. This guy preaches about humility and sacrifice while he's living in total luxury and basically starving his students. He's the poster child for a cold, punishing kind of religion. Jane, on the other hand, she sees right through it. She develops her own real faith, one that's all about compassion and integrity. It's such a powerful statement about what's truly moral versus what's just performance. Okay, so after somehow surviving her youth, Jane gets a job as a governess and finally escapes to this imposing, mysterious place called Thornfield Hall. And this is a total game changer. For the very first time in her life, she's an independent woman, earning her own living and stepping into a world filled with mystery, connection, and a whole new set of challenges. The writing here is just incredible. Thornfield isn't just a house, it's practically a character itself. You've got this whole gothic vibe, there's strange laughter echoing at night, dark secrets hiding around every corner, and this wild, stormy weather outside that perfectly mirrors the emotional chaos happening inside the characters, especially its mysterious master, Mr. Rochester. So what makes Jane's relationship with Mr. Rochester so revolutionary isn't just the romance, it's this idea of intellectual equality. They connect because they have these witty, challenging conversations. He's this wealthy, high-status guy, and he actually respects her mind. And Jane, the poor governess, refuses to be seen as anything less than his equal. In the super rigid Victorian era, this was a profoundly radical idea. But of course, this unconventional love story leads directly to the book's climax. This is the moment where everything Jane has built inside herself, her integrity, her self-respect, is put to the ultimate test. It's where her two biggest desires, love and principle, are put on a massive head-on collision course. Picture this. Jane is literally standing at the altar, about to marry the man she loves. And then, bam, a shocking secret about Mr. Rochester comes out. His solution? An impossible offer. He basically says, run away with me, live as my mistress, have my love, but forget your principles. And this is the core of who she is. She chooses principle. She walks away for him, with nothing, completely alone, because becoming his mistress would mean losing herself. And that's not a defeat. That's the moment she wins her true independence. For Jane, and you can tell for Brontë too, the message is crystal clear. Passion is great, but it is not everything. Love isn't real love if it makes you abandon your conscience and, most importantly, your self-respect. That is a lesson that hits just as hard today. So after all that turmoil, after everything she goes through, why does Jane's voice still inspire us? What is it about this story that gives it such a powerful and lasting legacy? Well, it's because all these core themes are just woven together so perfectly. Her fight for female independence is completely tied to her moral choices. Her critique of the class system is part of her search for her own identity. And everything, everything, revolves around that central core of inner strength. Ultimately, the novel's power really comes down to these key things. You have one of the strongest, most memorable female characters in all of literature. You have a story with incredible psychological depth that just feels so real. And you have these bold feminist ideas wrapped up in a romance that, even now, feels refreshingly modern because it's actually built on equality. So yeah, no surprise here, our final verdict is a resounding, easy 5 stars. Jane Eyre is so much more than a love story. It's a timeless and perfect declaration of what it means to have integrity, to value your own worth, and to find true emotional independence, no matter what the world throws at you. You know, Jane's whole struggle was about wanting to be loved without losing herself. And that's a conflict we all get, right? Her refusal to compromise her integrity is what makes her so powerful. So it makes you think, what's your line in the sand? What's the one thing you would never, ever sacrifice, even for love?